Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansu, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get into this topic here. I can't even believe that this is a topic. I sincerely can't even believe that this is something that we're even talking about. Would you believe that LeBron fans really thought that he was on the level of a Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles? And you know the craziest part? According to reports, he felt the same way too. Ramona Shelburne said it. I want to put up the post. We shared this video yesterday, but I want to put up this post now. And it says this: disrespected. Report. LeBron James reportedly felt disrespected when the Lakers asked him to take a pay cut, especially after the franchise gave Kobe Bryant a 2-year, $48 million extension at the end of his career. The Lakers also held a meeting last summer with Luka Doncic to outline the 2026 offseason, and LeBron James was not a part of those plans. So this morning I was going through the net, and I came across a video here from Sinead Ogumike's account featuring some comments that Ramona Shelburne had to make, where she essentially was saying that LeBron was not as loved in LA. That Laker fans didn't really gravitate towards him the way that they did with Kobe Bryant, and that maybe he himself didn't feel loved. And to that I say no. But before I even get into her comments, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. It's a scorching sports summer, and you can make all your picks on Prize Picks. Women's basketball and baseball are heating up, and with big tennis slams and major golf tournaments on the horizon, you can make your picks for all these events and more all summer long on Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. I think I'm going to get into soccer this summer with Prize Picks. They're offering everything from group stage winners to goals scored, and I'm excited to watch the big stars from countries like Argentina, Brazil, France, and the US and win money while doing it. What's cool is that I can stack game winners from soccer, NBA, women's basketball, and baseball on top of my player picks for even bigger payouts. And Prize Picks is available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. The entire summer of soccer is on Prize Picks, all 48 countries and every matchup. And if you rep your side during the tournament on Prize Picks, you could win a trip to the final in New York. It's the biggest tournament ever, which means there's even more opportunities to cash in while you root for your favorite national sides and global soccer stars. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. What we want to do is play the sound now. Take a listen to Ramona Shelburne talking about this, and then we'll come back and react. Take a listen to this.
But I don't feel like LeBron is beloved in LA. I don't even think he's really appreciated. I do radio in LA all the time, and you wouldn't believe the callers we get. I was at that game where he passed Kareem. It was a nice moment, but it was not the kind of moment that Kobe had. It was not like people clapped, people got their phones out, but it wasn't like a real love. It was like, I'm thinking we got the World Cup here. And it's like if you go watch somebody else's national team in a big game and you're like, hey, this is cool. But it's not their own. Like LeBron James came here late in his career. His best years were elsewhere. People appreciated him to some extent, but I don't think they really did.
What you can't take away from LeBron James is that he has won 3 championships with 3 different teams, and he brought the Lakers, like you said, back to relevance. They got what some people say, they put an asterisk on the bubble championship.
That was the hardest championship to win.
And why so?
Because you had to give up everything. You had to give up everything in that championship. You had to be away from your family for 3 months. I know there was a lot of players that tapped out, a lot of teams that tapped out that couldn't take it. People have spoken. Paul George spoke openly about that, about how hard that bubble was, and so I think that was the hardest championship for anyone to win. I thought it was no surprised that it was the Lakers and the Heat who had the two most mentally tough players in the NBA that were in the finals that year, Jimmy Butler and LeBron James. And so I think people in Los Angeles did not appreciate him the way he should have been. And I think they will miss him now that he is gone. But it's what happens. You got Luka Doncic. This was always going to happen. They traded for Luka, and LeBron's days were numbered. And it's really weird. Like, I mean, have you ever been in a situation where someone younger than you, and I don't want to say better, but kind of does the same stuff as you in your prime? You ever been there?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still amazing.
No. Like when I was playing,
you know?
I mean, like when I was playing, I was like, Asia Wilson comes into the league, and I'm like, oh shoot, like this is a level up. The game continues to evolve and get better.
So you heard what he had to say. I can't even believe that this is a real thing. I can't even believe that we're having this conversation. What did y'all think? Sincerely speaking, what did y'all think? I think this is probably what happened. LeBron fans and the media probably overestimated his impact or just how popular he was. And they thought that, and they underestimated how much of an impact Kobe would have, or how much of an impact Kobe Bryant had on the Lakers. It's like they don't realize just how popular Kobe was in LA. Because for them to think that he was just going to walk in, and Laker fans viewed LeBron as an op. Like, let's keep it a bean here. They did. That he was just going to walk in LA with his MVPs and 2 championships or 3 championships at the time, and Laker fans were going to embrace him the same way as Kobe. They found out that no, it wasn't going to work like that. That's why when he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Nick Wright was crying on TV saying, "Oh, it's like it felt like it wasn't a big deal. It felt like people made more of a big deal when Kobe passed Michael Jordan in scoring than when LeBron." Yes, Nick, you were right. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't as much. LeBron is primarily pushed by the media and his fans. The reason Kobe Bryant was more loved, I believe, is because he was more relatable. He's more human. You've seen the bad side. You saw him go through the real drama. That's human life. People go through things, so that's relatable. And then you've seen him in the high moments. People go through things. The issue that he had with his wife, people have relations like this. That's real. These are real things that affect people's lives. And Kobe was not afraid to be himself. He wasn't trying to manicure his image. He was what he was, and people didn't like him. The media I'm talking about. They didn't like him. They were forced to talk about him and praise him because he was so great. But the moment he suffered his Achilles injury, that's when they started trashing him. But the fan base still loved him. And then I heard later on that LeBron came to the Lakers. He started using Kobe's locker and took his parking spot. Really? And you thought the fans were just going to take that laying down? No, they didn't. You chose the wrong town. You chose the wrong franchise. So when these people are talking about they made the Lakers relevant, that's like saying a player can go to the Dallas Cowboys and make them relevant. Regardless of the Lakers are winning or losing, they're still the Lakers. We're still going to talk about them. They're still one of the most popular sports franchises in the world. And LeBron fans are going to find that out this year. They're thinking, oh, the Lakers are going to collapse and they're going to go back into obscurity. None of that's going to happen. They have 16 championships for a reason. They've been through the ups and the downs. But to her, it almost seems like she's hurt by it. I'm like, but you cover LA. You cover the Lakers. Why is this a shock to you? Why are you surprised by this? Like, what's the shock here? Yeah, look, Kobe Bryant is beloved in LA. Really? You don't say. You don't say. Really? Imagine if Jalen Brunson played for the Knicks for 20 years, won 5 championships, and then, I don't know, Trae Young goes and joins the Knicks and he wins 1 championship, and you're like, oh, why isn't Trae Young loved the way Jalen Brunson is loved? Really? You asking me this dumbass question? But he's a great player. Yes, we know. But the problem is the Lakers are used to great players. They had Jerry West. They had Wilt Chamberlain. They have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They had James Worthy. They had Magic Johnson. They had Shaq. They had Kobe. So they're already used to it. They're not starstruck. They're not a fan base. Oh my God! Hey, welcome in, man. Welcome to the city of stars, man. Look around in the front row, bro. We used to the star power. And I think they thought that LeBron was going to go there and they were just going to be looking at him like, wow, this is incredible. LeBron, and the fan base was like, no. And they didn't forget Kobe. They didn't.